Why has JayZ been coming up with you lately?
Because he's a monster. He's a monster. And I've known he's a monster for years.
Mm-hmm.
I waited a long time to see if he would grow a conscience. And the more drugs he pumps down his wife's throat to keep her in a can.
No, girl.
Jumped off the thing, off the ledge. I was like, oh, I didn't really know what to do. Envy, look, it was one of those situations where you was like, whoa. Now look, if you say this to Jay, in his face, he'll look at you and go, nah, that happened.
I think everybody that knows Sean Carter knows that he will slump anyone in any relationship for $1. Look at how he did Dame.
Now hold up. Those are some wild accusations by Jaguar Wright and 50 Cent right there. Apparently, there's more to the love story between JayZ and Beyonce than any of us initially thought. And guess what? It's not just a straightforward love story between two artists after all. Allegedly, the two met under some other quote-unquote circumstances that helped Beyonce boost her career off the ground. Now, that's some crazy stuff, but is there any truth to it? We all remember the rumors swirling around Diddy and JayZ at the time, right? The ones about them hosting exclusive, secretive parties behind closed doors to find new talent and allegedly exchange certain favors for other favors. We can't forget the fact that Beyonce was only 17 when she first met Jay, who was 31 at the time. That's an impressive age gap, if you ask me. But hold on, for now, this is all still speculation. So let's dive a bit deeper and figure out the truth together. We all know JayZ and Beyonce have been together for years, right? But their early relationship was filled with controversies. Before they made it official, there were rumors suggesting Jay may have pursued Bey even before she was of legal age. And here's the kicker, Jay was reportedly infatuated with Aaliyah, Bey's competitor at the time. Some even speculate Jay saw Bey as an opportunity to advance his career. Queen Bey herself mentioned meeting Jay when she was quite young. I was 18 when we first met, 19 when we first started dating. I really don't believe that you will love the same way when you're 20 as you do at 30. So that was my rule, before the age of 25, I would never get married. Now let's break that down. You might have heard Beyonce mention she met Jay when she was 18, but she said this after they tied the knot in 2008. It's worth taking that claim with a grain of salt. I mean, think about it, if two big-time celebs were in love, wouldn't they want the world to know? That kind of buzz brings in serious cash. But here's the thing, during their early days, there's barely any real evidence of their romance. JayZ did drop some subtle hints on their 2018 joint project Everything Is Love, especially on the track titled 713. We played it cool at the pool of the Cancun VMA. Confidence you exude, make the fools stay away. Me. I played my room, let the fools have they say. Fate had me sitting next to you on the plane and I knew straight away. Peep this, Beyonce said she leaned heavily on Jay for wisdom and career advice when they first linked up. Let's not forget, Bey wasn't a rookie. She started her career at just 9 years old. But once they went official, the gossip mill started churning. Rumors about Jay's wandering eye began swirling in 2013, right after that infamous elevator incident with Beyonce's sister, Solange. You know the one, where Solange went full MMA on Jay. Security cam footage leaked and the internet went wild. The fam kept tight-lipped until the next year when Bey dropped that flawless remix, throwing just a little shade. When things cooled down, Jay finally came clean about his infidelity in 2017. He dropped 444, spilling the beans about their 15-year ride. He owned up to the cheating Bey laid out in Lemonade, and even referenced their new twins. JayZ's lyrics. I often apologize for womanizing. It took for my child to be born, I saw through a woman's eyes. It took for these natural twins to believe in miracles. It took me too long for this song. I don't deserve you. So here's the deal. At first glance, it might seem like JayZ locked Beyonce into marriage, but dig deeper and you'll see Bey was down for it too. But when we talk about JayZ allegedly cheating, it wasn't just once. Sources hint Jay stepped out multiple times. Things really exploded when Becky with the good hair entered the chat. Internet sleuths found out Jay was allegedly messing around with Damon's ex-wife, Rachel Roy. To give you some context, Roy used to be in the mix at Rocawear, the fashion brand started by JayZ and Damon Dash. She climbed her way up to creative director. But in 2005, JayZ bought out Dash. Roy and Dash got married, and she started her own fashion label. They split just a year after Beyonce and JayZ tied the knot. Now here's where it gets really interesting.
By the way, wasn't this all around the time when Aaliyah died?
Yeah.
And Beyonce's solo career was struggling?
She proved her point by saying,
she liked posing with him in pictures for Page 6. Aaliyah didn't. She fell in love with Dame. and Aaliyah's gone, and you know. You have to start asking yourself questions after being in this business for this long.
Even though Aaliyah wasn't around to confirm if JayZ ever approached her, a model-turned-rapper named Olivia M. Fowler, aka Liv, stepped forward and spilled some tea. She dropped a diss track aimed directly at Beyonce and JayZ called Sorry Mrs. Carter, which sampled the iconic 2001 Outkast song Ms. Jackson. In the track, Liv claimed, "Your man, he likes model chicks. He likes all naturally flawless chicks like me. What up, Jay?" While she initially turned down JayZ's advances, Liv did admit she was attracted to him. In her words, "We was too attracted like some magnets, and us crossing paths was no accident. When I stepped out his life, I took a piece of his heart." But that wasn't the only time Olivia brought Jay into the conversation. In an interview, she revealed more details, saying that their paths first crossed during a commercial shoot. According to her, "I was sitting by myself, and he sat next to me. I was handling it well, and he was shocked to see I was getting up to leave. He sent his guards to me. 'Excuse me, miss. Do me a favor, put your number on this piece of paper. When Jay gets settled, he'll call you later.' I know most chicks would have taken the bait, but then again, those chicks are the ones I hate." Let's not overlook the aftermath. Even though Olivia allegedly apologized for any disrespect, word on the street was that Beyonce made strategic moves behind the scenes. While not physically retaliating, sources close to her suggest she hindered Olivia's career after catching wind of her husband's interest. Here's the twist. JayZ reportedly did get what he wanted with Olivia, just years later, around the time of the infamous elevator incident. In case you forgot, that was when Beyonce's sister Solange went full MMA mode on JayZ in an elevator. And the reason? According to insiders, she allegedly caught Jay getting cozy with Olivia. The Carters later released a statement to cool down the firestorm. They both acknowledged their role in this private matter that played out in public. They've apologized to each other and moved forward as a united family. Reports of Solange being intoxicated or displaying erratic behavior that evening are simply false. At the end of the day, families have problems, we're no different. But even after the drama faded, rumors kept swirling, especially about JayZ's alleged affair with Rita Ora, who signed to his label Roc Nation in 2008. Rita denied the speculation at the time and has continued to dismiss it over the years. Still, many fans believe Beyonce subtly confirmed something went down. Case in point, amid all the buzz about JayZ's cheating, Beyonce shocked the world by chopping off her iconic long hair and debuting a pixie cut. It wasn't just a style move, it was symbolic. Reflecting on it later, Beyonce said, "I remember the day I decided to cut all my hair off. I didn't have a particular style in mind. It wasn't an aesthetic choice, it was a very big emotional transformation and metamorphosis. After that, I became super brave. It was the first step to many more audacious decisions in my life and career that led to who I am now." So yeah, while things got rocky for the power couple, they eventually chose to work through it. But then 50 Cent came in with another wild claim, that Beyonce and
they're afraid their kids gonna want to be 50 Cent if they acknowledge the material. So they don't give you the trophies. I got the checks. I didn't get the trophies. Like, Jay got all the fucking trophies, man. That's because he signed that contract.
What contract?
The one with Beyonce.
Man.
No, if you don't sign, you don't give him a trophy, she ain't coming.
50 Cent claimed that JayZ only got with Beyonce for business, not love. But wait, Dame Dash, JayZ's former business partner, said something even more shocking. JayZ only got with Beyonce because he was jealous of Aaliyah. Let's rewind. Back in the early 2000s, Aaliyah was the it girl in the industry, and Dame Dash was dating her. According to him, they were so serious that they were discussing marriage before her tragic death in a 2001 plane crash. Dame has publicly stated that Aaliyah was the one for him and that they planned to get married. In multiple interviews, Dame described Aaliyah as the love of his life and mentioned how deeply her death affected him. He also implied that JayZ had feelings for her too, and may have even tried to pursue her behind his back. According to Dame, Jay liked Aaliyah. I don't know if they were dating or not, but he tried. I was dating her though. So yeah, things were a little awkward. He was trying to get at her behind my back. That's why there was tension between us for years. And here's the bombshell, after Aaliyah's death, JayZ began publicly dating Beyonce. Dame and others believe that was JayZ's way of getting with the next best thing, someone who had a similar vibe and star power. Some even go as far as to say Beyonce was groomed to become a superstar wife. Beyonce started off in Destiny's Child, under the strict management of her father, Matthew Knowles. And once she began dating JayZ, her solo career skyrocketed. Some critics argue that JayZ had a major role in shaping her image, controlling her moves, and turning her into what the media now calls Queen Bey. The timeline raises eyebrows. JayZ was nearly 12 years older than Beyonce and started dating her when she was just 19, right after Aaliyah passed. This led many to speculate that Jay saw Beyonce as a replacement, not a soulmate. But despite all the speculation and controversy, one thing is clear: Beyonce and JayZ built an empire. Whether it was born out of love, jealousy, or business strategy, it worked. They became one of the most powerful couples in entertainment history. Still, people wonder, was Beyonce really JayZ's first choice? Or just a second-best consolation prize after Aaliyah?
Their kids even have Grammys. Like, they don't sing yet. They don't sing.
Right.
They don't rap yet. And they already have Grammys. So it's like they give them this trophy so we secure that they're coming to the award show. It meant that much to the culture.
Let's be honest, Beyonce and JayZ's relationship has never looked like a fairy tale from the outside. Remember the elevator incident in 2014? TMZ leaked footage of Beyonce's sister, Solange, violently attacking JayZ in an elevator after the Met Gala. Beyonce just stood there, calm, while Solange kicked and swung at JayZ like she had been waiting years to get that off her chest. That wasn't a random outburst, it felt like a long simmering grudge exploding in public. People immediately started speculating, what did JayZ do to get Solange that mad? A few months later, we got the answer, sort of. In 2016, Beyonce dropped Lemonade, an album packed with lyrics about betrayal, heartbreak, and infidelity. She practically confirmed that JayZ cheated on her with multiple women. The internet exploded with theories, searching for Becky with the good hair, and fans started to see their relationship differently. Then, in 2017, JayZ responded with his own album, 444, where he admitted to cheating. He talked about being emotionally distant, letting his ego ruin things, and realizing too late that he was destroying the best thing in his life. So now, people were really asking, if JayZ cheated and humiliated her, why did Beyonce stay? Well, here's the truth that no one wants to say out loud: Beyonce staying wasn't about love, it was about legacy. Beyonce is a brand, not just a singer. She's an icon, a global symbol of power, beauty, and control. A divorce, especially a messy, public one, would have cracked that image. JayZ, despite all his flaws, is a billionaire businessman with massive influence. Together, they're worth over $2 billion. That's not just love. That's leverage. By staying, Beyonce didn't just forgive JayZ, she repackaged the pain into profit. She turned heartbreak into an award-winning album, sold out world tours, and reminded everyone that she's still in charge. But let's not kid ourselves. Behind the glitz, there's a very different story. Beyonce had to endure humiliation in silence, had to act like nothing happened for the cameras, and had to protect a brand instead of her heart. So ask yourself, is that love? Or is that business?
Sean Carter is worse.
Uh-oh.
Oh, man.
He's smarter. He's patient.
This isn't just about Beyonce and JayZ. Their relationship is a mirror, reflecting the reality that many powerful women face. They can conquer the world but still lose in love. Why? Because the men beside them often can't handle their shine. JayZ isn't the first man to cheat on a powerful woman, and he won't be the last. History is full of men who fumble greatness because of insecurity, ego, and entitlement. When a woman is richer, more famous, or more respected, some men don't rise with her, they resent her. And what does that resentment turn into? Lies, affairs, gaslighting, emotional withdrawal. In JayZ's case, it turned into infidelity and public embarrassment. Beyonce stayed, yes, but at what cost? We saw it in her art, in her silence, in that 1,000-yard stare she gave at award shows while holding JayZ's hand. That wasn't romance, that was restraint. That was a woman holding the weight of an empire, a marriage, and a reputation, all while knowing the world was watching her every move. So no, this isn't a love story. It's a survival story. Beyonce didn't stay because she was weak. She stayed because she made a choice that millions of women make every day. If I leave, I lose everything I've built. And maybe that's the saddest part of all. Even the most powerful woman in the world still has to choose between love and dignity.
This been lining up people he calls friends and stepping to the side while they get hit by the guillotine for 30 fucking years.
Some will say, but JayZ changed. Sure. He went to therapy. He admitted his faults. He made a whole album about his mistakes. Good for him. But let's be clear, JayZ got to fail privately and redeem himself publicly. Beyonce had to suffer publicly and still protect his image. She gave us Lemonade. He gave us 444. She gave us poetry, rage, heartbreak, and forgiveness. He gave us a press release in the form of music. And yet, the world applauded his growth more than her survival. That's the imbalance. That's the trap. In our culture, when men hurt women, the redemption arc centers on the man. Look how much he's grown. He's doing the work. He's not perfect, but his trying. But what about her? Where's her healing arc? Where's her soft landing? Where's her applause? She doesn't get one, because strong women are expected to endure pain quietly and move on gracefully. We romanticize their resilience instead of asking, why did she have to be so strong in the first place?